Hello, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with Taylor's new 814ce DLX guitar. The 814ce DLX is a brand new model that Taylor has just introduced, and while it's based on their standard 814ce, which is their best-selling guitar, it adds a few extra features that are very interesting and make this quite a unique instrument. As some of you may be aware of, the standard 814ce was the first guitar that Taylor completely revoiced and revamped a couple of years ago. The company's designer Andy Powers really took a liking to the model, and because it is such a popular instrument, it was the first one to sort of be looked at in ways of how could we possibly improve this. And as a result, Taylor's looked at things like wood thickness, finish, different kinds of glues to use. They now use some protein glues to adhere some of the pieces on the instrument. It has the slanted back bracing, which you can see if you look in the sound hole. That is really the most outwardly obvious change to the older 814 design. And all these things that were part of the redesign are, of course, part of this special deluxe version. What's deluxe about this guitar? Well, it has everything that a standard 814 offers. It's built with Indian rosewood back and sides, a Sitka spruce top. It has basically the same appointments, inlay markers in the fingerboard. The guitar has maple binding on the neck and the fingerboard, but most significantly, it uses Adirondack spruce bracing, which really gives the guitar a new voice, and it's part of their advanced performance bracing pattern. It also has the relief route, which is something that goes along the perimeter of the inside of the top. And it has a miniature version of the guitar's armrest bevel, which is really quite cool. It's not quite as significantly large as what would be found on the 900 series and some custom Taylors, but even with just having this little bit of a rounded edge here, they used a piece of rosewood on here to make this happen. The guitar is really significantly more comfortable to hold than most standard guitars are, and it kind of it's interesting to see how such a little deviance from a standard design would already make a big difference. Perhaps not quite as drastic as the larger bevel, but I really like this design, and it is the single most significant difference between this and the standard 814ce. Besides the Adirondack bracing and the bevel, Taylor also uses the Goto 510 tuners on this guitar as opposed to their standard Taylor tuners. These are very smooth turning tuners. They have a 21:1 gear ratio, so give you a lot of control for precision tuning. These are tuners that are used by a lot of custom makers and are really sort of the nicest tuners that are available on the market, and it's a significant upgrade that I'm glad to see Taylor doing with this guitar. So with all these different upgrades, this guitar really sort of gets positioned between the standard 800 series and the 900 series. And it might come down to what appointments you like better. But it's great to see Taylor sort of upgrading the popular 800 series with just a little something extra with these 814ce Deluxes. So one other thing that's noteworthy about this particular guitar is the ebony that's used for the fingerboard. Taylor has, of course, been very involved with procuring ebony in Cameroon, Africa. The company has its own logging and sawmill operation over there, and they're supplying quite a bit of the musical instrument industry with their own ebony. And there's been a lot of talk about using ebony that's not perfectly black, because, let's face it, a lot of ebony that is being cut just isn't perfectly black in order to not waste this wood, which has become a precious resource, really. There is a movement toward using ebony that's not completely black and not dyeing it either. So in this guitar, the wood used really has some beautiful streaks in it. I love the coloring on this. You can kind of see it more on the treble side over here where it gets a little more brown. It's almost like a kind of a landscape kind of a look of this wood. And there's been a lot of talk about this, but I haven't seen it executed so well on a lot of guitars. So on this 814ce Deluxe, I think Taylor did a wonderful job incorporating that design into what really makes the guitar completely unique, because there's no two pieces of wood that are completely alike like this. So it's a great way to add a very unique, one-of-a-kind look to a guitar, while at the same time doing the right thing in using ebony that might otherwise not have been used. The guitar, of course, includes Taylor's ES2 electronic system, and that's now their standard pickup system that they use in a lot of guitars. It uses the ES2 pickup in the bridge. It's 3 individual piezo sensors that are touch the back of the saddle rather than the underside of the saddle. We've heard this sound great in a lot of our demo guitars here at Peghead Nation. And I'm going to show you how this guitar sounds like through my Fishman Loudbox Mini as well in just a moment. The guitar has the standard controls for volume and tone right here in the upper bout, and of course the battery access right here in the back of the guitar. Okay, so I'm now plugged straight into the Fishman Loudbox Mini. There's no external preamp. The EQ is flat on the amp and flat on the guitar. So let's see what it sounds like. So that's what the guitar sounds like played through the Fishman Loudbox Mini. It's a great plugged-in sound, easy to use, definitely stage-worthy wherever you might play, and a great thing to have included as a standard feature in this guitar. Let's also listen to Peghead Nation's Scott Nygaard playing the guitar with a flat pick so you can see what that sounds like. So some beautiful playing by Scott there. Definitely check out this new addition to the 814 line. The 814ce DLX is a very cool new guitar. I love the features, both from a tonal perspective with the Adirondack bracing. These tuners are just ultra smooth and also offer a great look on this guitar. And the armrest bevel, even this miniature version of it, really adds playing comfort, and it's a great new feature to have. So check these out. They are brand new. They're arriving at Taylor dealers now, and it's a great addition to the line. So for Peghead Nation, my name is Teja Gerken.